Hey there. Today, I want to talk to you about three lies, three things that are not true about learning another language. Why do I want to talk about this? Because Sunday, we invited a young man from church home with us to have lunch. And during lunch, we were talking about my favorite topic, learning another language. And this man, Zach, who was 30 years old, said, "Oh, I would like to learn Spanish, but it's too late. I'm too old. Adults can't learn another language." I said, "Wait a minute, Zach, that's not true." And I'll tell you what I told him.
English Without Fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories.
Yes, I could hardly believe what he said, that at age 30, it was too late for him to learn another language. I said, "Zach, why do you say that?" He said, "Well, people say, I've heard that our brains don't have as much neuroplasticity as kids do." So I talked to him about the science behind learning another language. Yes, children learn easily, but adults can learn just as easily. It might take them longer, but what adults have problems doing, they think learning a language is difficult if they learn through grammar and vocabulary. But that's not how children learn. They learn through listening and watching what I call mommy talk. It doesn't take a lot of intelligence, a lot of study to learn to speak another language. But many adults try to learn a language this way and give up because it doesn't work. But if you, as an older learner, decide to learn the way children do through input that is understandable, it won't be hard to learn another language. I'm 64. I started learning Spanish almost 4 years ago without any preparation. I started from scratch, from zero. And I can speak fairly well. I'm at a high intermediate level. It hasn't been hard, it just takes time. So that's lie number one, that older learners, adults, can't learn another language. That's not true. What's a second lie? A second lie is that you have to live in the country where that language is spoken. That's just not true. Every week here in Alabama, I teach a live English class with adult learners. They are all Spanish speakers who've been here in Alabama, some for 12, 14 years, and they don't speak English. Finally, they are coming to an ESL class, English as a Second Language, and they are learning to speak English. They're learning like children through storytelling and acting out in gestures. I teach them the way I taught children French when I was a classroom teacher. It's how I'm learning Spanish. But just because you live in a country where they speak the language you want to learn doesn't mean you're going to learn it. And I live here in America, and I'm learning, most of my learning comes online with other people, my speaking practice. I started learning Spanish by watching videos of storytelling. You don't have to be in the country where that language is spoken to learn another language. There's so many resources. I think the third lie that I want to talk about today is that some languages are harder than other languages. Well, yes, there are different kinds of languages. There are Asian languages. There are Indo-European languages. There are all the African languages. There are tribal languages. There's so many languages, and children grow up learning their native language, and kids are the same all over the world. So again, I don't think any language is harder than another. Now, if you want to learn to write in another language, for example, I speak English, French, Spanish, and some German. But when I studied Russian at university, I had to learn another alphabet. Or if I want to learn Chinese, I will have to learn another alphabet. But to speak conversationally, to be able to function in the language, to be able to go to the doctor, to go grocery shopping, to speak to a teacher at your child's school, to go to the bank, to mail a package at the post office. All you need is conversation ability. And that is not any harder in one language than another. Finally, I'll leave you with one thought. Maybe it's true that little children can pick up accents and pronunciation and become like a native speaker in another language. And maybe adults can't do that as well. But we don't need to speak like a native speaker to be able to get along in another language and use another language and enjoy another language. So, away with all these lies. It just takes time and desire. Any skill, whether it's drawing or playing the violin or doing gymnastics, it all takes time. Time and desire and practice. And you can do that. I know. So don't listen to the things that everybody says. Everybody says a lot of things that aren't true. Be encouraged. You who are learning English as a second language or any other language, you can do it. I know you can because I'm doing it, and I'm no smarter than you. So keep on, okay? Well, that's it for today. This is Maria from English Without Fear. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here is my email